I only climbed one more step, but I almost became part of history. Fortunately, I reacted quickly, or else falling from here. Even the gods would have to shake their heads. My body froze. My heart was beating so fast it felt like it was about to jump out of my chest. At that moment, the sound of retreat echoed in my head. I just wanted to stop, but my best friend above was urging me to hurry. I could only look straight ahead, forcing myself not to look at the abyss below and continue climbing this 3,000-meter high abandoned signal tower with my bare hands. But what I didn't know was, the tower's rust had long begun to corrode. A few screws were hanging precariously in the wind. These hidden dangers would eventually cost us our lives. 2 hours of climbing, and my heart almost jumped out. Finally, I reached the platform in the tower, but there was still a long way to go to the top. Looking at the ladder with no protection, I felt like my legs were made of lead, my palms sweating, one misstep, and the fall would be into an endless abyss. My friend kept urging me. I took a deep breath, gathered my courage, and stood up. I shook the ladder to make sure it was stable, and then dared to climb. Every step felt like walking on the edge of a knife. I forced myself to stay calm. But just then, my friend saw me climbing slowly, and dared to shake the ladder, trying to scare me. I screamed, "Stop joking." But she didn't expect that this action would completely ruin us. What should have taken just a few minutes to reach the top ended up taking me half an hour, and my strength was nearly exhausted. Seeing I had no strength left, my friend reached out to pull me up, but the ladder suddenly shook violently, almost causing me to fall. Fortunately, the safety rope held me, and I steadied myself. Finally, with my friend's help, I reached the top of the tower, standing on the top, looking at the world below. I finally understood what it meant to look down on the world. The fear and anxiety from earlier instantly transformed into a sense of accomplishment and relief.
I suddenly woke up. My girlfriend's image was gone from the photo. It was like she had never existed. The fridge covered in mold now looked brand new. Had time turned back. I rushed out of the room only to run into my neighbor. Her body was torn apart. Me heart raced. I ran blindly into the street. The world in front of me was completely off. The whole city was collapsing, twisting upside down. The laws of physics seemed to have vanished. Suddenly, a strange noise came from the sky. I looked up. A black monster covered in tar was coming at me. The shadow quickly changed shape, turning into an even more terrifying creature. I couldn't react in time, but luckily a man and a woman appeared. They quickly pulled me out of danger, taking me away. The leader gave a quick order to his team, "Get him out of here." He tossed the bucket aside, kicked his streetlight at the monster, but it just left a black crack. Moments later, it reformed. We ran to a cliff. Me legs froze. Everything in front of me felt hopeless, but without hesitation. The leader pushed me off the edge as I fell. I slid into a strange area of Chinese-style buildings. Before I could process what was happening, the three of them arrived, crowding around me to keep running. We ignored the lively city around us, focusing only on escaping. We left the land, crossed a bridge with black spots, and reached a city on water. But this wasn't the end. We found ourselves at another cliff. Without hesitation, they jumped. I watched, too scared to move, but the monster was already closing in. I had no choice. I jumped. In an instant, I soared upward, only to fall again at an incredible speed. With everything I had, I grabbed the rooftop, barely avoiding the endless void below.